Hi guys, happy Friday. It's really hot. Don't go anywhere, don't go outside, don't do anything. Just stay inside where it's nice and cool so you guys don't get heat stroke or anything like crazy like that. So it's already like extremely hot here. I cannot believe how hot. It's ridiculous, but okay. Alright, I was kind of going through A Deed Without a Name, and I was going through, Eliphas Levi's book, can't remember the name of it right now, looking specifically for familiars. So it all does stem back to the devil, but then we have the demon lover. So we have this little aspect to throw in there too. So this is just like a pinch of witch powder on your candle just to kind of top everything off. And I've got to show you guys real quick before I start. But one announcement first. I don't know when I will be back on the board. I don't need it anymore, so I don't really feel the need to use it, but I feel the need to collect them. But I will get back on the board for people. I don't know when. I'm still, in my own way, mourning the death of Tawny Katane, so I have to contain myself. And just kind of, I'm just trying to move on, get on with my life. But the readings with the tarot and everything else, and channeling, direct channeling, trance channeling, I'll do that. But alright, so yesterday I got a package in the mail, a beautiful black velvet bag. And I thought I did not order anything, because personally I'm broke. Well, I'm not broke, but I don't have, I don't have the money for, new runes or anything, and these are new runes, and I was like, wow. And I could feel some kind of like a magnetic pull in these. I don't know how to read runes. I've never got the knack of it, but maybe now I will. So yeah, these, my sisterly, I love you so much. These are so beautiful, all of these runes. I don't know if you guys can see them up close, but they are black tourmaline. And I mean, these things are heavy, they are beautiful. I mean, I can imagine how much these cost, especially for black tourmaline. So, I mean, that magnetic pull was intense, and I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know that they were black tourmaline. So, I love it. I love them. Thank you, my sister. I do. I love them so much. I don't want to put them anywhere because I don't want any kind of dust or anything to get on the black bag itself, so I don't know where to put these. We'll put them right there for now, but I love them. So yeah, I gotta figure out how to use the runes. No idea how. Alright, so, waiting for the demon lover. If I could put this picture on my, I might be able to put this picture on there and kind of blur it out, but you guys will get the point, so. Alright, now just as we had discussed ways in which to guess the identity of the beast, or fetch beast, we must now explore how one may discover if they have a fetch mate or other human-like familiar, and if not, how one might attract such a familiar. So, this is very different. Now, this is traditional craft, so most witches, he says, I have known, have already known that they had a fetch mate before they even knew what one was, but may have seen them, may have been at a loss as to how to re-establish contact lost in childhood or later. Pretty much an imaginary friend. So this is, of course, much easier than instructing someone on how to make themselves more likely to be chosen, and so favored by such a spirit. If you're fortunate enough to have dreamed of your literal other half from an early age, or have other reason to know of their existence, stirring up that contact is likely to happen readily, assuming that true devotion to the goal exists. So the first measure that one might take is to try to determine the spirit's nature. You may associate your early dreams or visitations with certain natural phenomena. The phenomena will be your immediate clue. Mine, Pan. Yeah, Pan. That's the very first God interaction I've had when I was a bit younger. But he came in a really, really scary form, so, I mean, that fits this. Now, okay, did the spirit present surrounded by light? Oh, did the spirit present surrounded by light? Do you associate them with air and wind and certain forms of weather, a season, or do you associate them with heavier, earthier things? Do you think of them in relation instead to dark, mysterious, and shadowy images such as bones or certain animals or part animals? Pen. This can give you a hint as to whether your familiar is the fairy type or a being as appeared to fairy doctors in the past, as well as generally more associated with light, music, bells, shining objects, beautiful spinning or singing and healing, or whether the being is more of a chthonic type that might present itself in conjunction with the more traditional witch's sabbat environment. There's a big mystery for myself that I just unraveled. For myself, from my childhood, from being visited by Pan, literally seeing Pan in my window in beast-like form. Like Baphomet, only almost like the Dark Lord from Sabrina. Literally. So it must be said that infinite variations seem to exist between these two extremes, but having some idea if your familiar spirit reminds you of something you've read about in testimonials will give you a better idea what sort of offerings and sacrifices to place before it, and not sacrifices like animals and stuff like that, because that's not, no. We don't do that anymore. We don't have to. We've evolved past the stage of animal sacrifice and human sacrifice, I hope. Now, as soon as you begin to have an idea what manner of being your fetchmate is, you should again begin to make a space for them, and I did. I totally did with Baphomet. So it literally became Baphomet, Lucifer, and Pan, all three of them. And whoa, what a love triangle! Wow. So this could be as primitive as an offering stone outside where you would pour liquid offerings, or as ornate as an artwork with candles and incense, and a complicated indoors shrine. God, my altar is so complicated. There we go. Now, whichever you choose, you need to begin to keep a schedule of offerings to them. So your basic daily routine. You may like to use the traditional Western occult system of planetary correspondences to get an initial feeling for the nature of your spirit. Well, if you already know it, then yeah, you don't need to do that. I don't associate Pan with any kind of, planetary correspondences at all. So sometimes you might find that the entity seems both mercurial and Venetian, or Saturnian, and Martian together. Using this system can get you started on creating appropriate incense for the spirit, though it will naturally be replaced or refined as true communication opens up between you and the spirit. So the more that you find out about that nature, the better you can tailor offerings to suit them. So, it's just beautiful, a beautiful thing to do. I love it, I do. So, this is very important because there are many things that certain kinds of spirits find unsuitable. Throwing coins into wells for underworld entities may be perfectly acceptable, and thus we can deduce that whilst the dead and many underworld powers will accept money as a gift, there are types of fey beings that are often offended by gifts of money. Fairy folk can be offended by gifts of money because it's materialistic. So while some spirits prefer milk as an offering, others want alcoholic spirits. So literally, you have alcoholic spirits. So if you cannot yet communicate directly with the spirit that you wish to use a form of divination as a temporary measure, such as a pendulum or something else with a yes or no option, you can use the Ouija, you can use your intuition, you can use the pendulum board. You have everything at your fingertips right here on the interwebs or whatever. So once you have acquired the information and to set up a shrine and a routine for honoring your spirit, you must be aware of the most important ingredient in successfully attracting the fetchmate back into your life. This is the power of your longing. So it's like longing for, longing for a lover, pretty much. So put yourself in that kind of a mindset space. So the extent to which you want them is the power that your call out will have. The fetchmate will usually be attracted by the power of sexual longing, as well as emotional longing. So fantasizing about them and inducing orgasm has numerous uses. The first is through the passage of the breath So it's wonderful. This we hear about in succubus and incubus lore. So if one holds one's breath at the point of orgasm and draws the sexual power up to the head, breathing the power out in the direction of the fetch mate is a very powerful drawing practice. So yes, sex magic is very, very much a part of traditional craft as well. So always let them know with some words or in your heart what your intention is and what you mean. Oh, and that you mean the power only for the true mate of your spirit. So that's, devotion. I mean, they require devotion. The gods all require devotion. So, now, the other application for sexual energy is to become very aroused whilst fantasizing about union with your spirit, and then to fall asleep without reaching satisfaction or satiation. The power that is accumulated and unused here can often be used by the spirit to make initial contact in a lucid dream state. So, and you can also create a thought form that won't go away, so it should probably be mentioned at this point that you should not only engage in such a practice if you are already confident with your other protections. You should be certain of having at least one helper or guardian with you, and having your working space well decked out in protective talismans that prevent the entry of destructive powers such as a very crazy thought form, which does happen, and it's really creepy. If you don't know whether or not you have a fetch mate, then it is probably best to ask to be shown the answer in a dream or divination. So, one can easily adapt traditional spells for seeing the identity of the future husband for this purpose and utilize certain nights of the year like May Eve and All Hallows. So, that were believed to bring dreams of the future spouse. Girls have done many things, from placing their shoes in the form of a T and leaving a silver penny in the moonlight near midsummer to dream of their future husband. Peeling an apple while sitting in front of a mirror at midnight is also a time-honored practice. But perhaps the most powerful is to take a spool of cotton out to the edge of a wild and waste place and throw the spool deeply into the trees. Now, you should retract until the thread feels tight and close your eyes. Pray for your fetch mate to answer you with a tug on the line if you have one. Kind of sound familiar about Sabrina going into limbo? If the tug comes, then one simply follows their thread out into the woods, and it's met by one's fetch mate. So it's so interesting, and it's so much lore, and it's beautiful. Of course, there is also a history of explicitly trying to attract a daemon for those who do not already have one. As far back as the Greek magical papyrus, we find a spell to acquire a magical assistant. So he says here, I give a modified version of this ritual later in the book. So it would probably be from the Key of Solomon. Now, W.B. Yeats, a noted occultist as well as a poet, also wrote extensively on his attempts to acquire a daemon. We got a lot to go through. So I mean, yeah, that's the one that you're gonna. Like Azazel for me, Pan, Azazel, so on and so forth. So it does get interesting. It gets really interesting. So I hope that helps some of you with what's going on for the whole entire familiar thing. Alright, let's do some coffee talk. But yeah, I find it very, very fascinating about just all the different kind of, if we can have the fetch lover, the fetch mate, the fetch beast, which is our familiar. So it's pretty interesting. Very interesting. The lore is amazing. I love the lore. It's beautiful. Ooh, hiccup. Oh my god, I keep waking up at 4 a.m. every night. I'm like, 4 a.m., here I am awake again. Why? I'm like, why? Okay. So yeah, I'm just so sick of waking up at 4 a.m. And then it's stupid. It's pointless. I do not believe waking up at any time of the night means anything anymore. Not a thing, personally, for me. It just irritates me the most. Alright. And then I'm tired, and then I'm cranky, and I don't like that. I wonder if there's an update coming. There could be. There could be an update coming. How did you guys like courting with the devil? Or being courted by the devil? And I really hope people don't really take that literal, like the literal devil, because we don't believe in the devil. In traditional witchcraft, or witchcraft. That's a Christian terminology, and it's Christian origin. Well, Satan. Alright, come on. I just want my comments, please. I know there's a few I haven't gotten to. Ew. All the wildfire smoke is here. It has like ushered in here, and it's like, wow. Well, yeah, it's me. Why is this asking me if it's me? It's always me. Shoot. Oh god, you guys, hold on. I don't know why this does this. I'm going through all of my... Oh. Alright, let me see here. Alright. There we go. No, I'm not trying to change anything. Wait a minute. Alright, sorry guys. Again, this is ridiculous. I don't know what's going on and why this is doing this. But I have to validate it's me. Again. So I don't understand what's going on. And yet I have no email. Well, what is going on? Okay. There we go. I'm back. Alright, sorry guys. I like the added security protection. Thank you, YouTube. Alright, Daria Monica. Hi, my sis. Oh, I love you. Hi, my bro. I sent you some black tourmaline for hawk runes. I love them. I lost my set, and it was a 2-for-1 deal. So perfect. Looks like they got delivered by your door near the rock. You know where that rock is? I love that rock. That's my favorite rock. I don't know why. I love them. I just showed them. Thank you so much. I do. They're beautiful. Now I just have to figure out how to read them. Alright. Oh, hi, Partial Sun. Hi, Ryan. Thank you once again for another video. I enjoyed our tarot reading so much after this video. I'm going to re-listen to it in a couple. That was incredible. You guys had amazing readings. I'm currently working on a familiar jar at the moment, trying to empower and feed it, although I feel like it's going to take more than just one ritual at least. I got the name Henriette. Oh. Said like Henrietta. Oh. Also, fun fact, since my grandpa had his last name changed, I could have been named Fox? German for fox. Funny, since my beard is really, really rad. That is amazing. That is seriously amazing. I'm so happy that there's somebody else that is going on this journey too. I know I have so many, vessels and everything. I have got to just kind of clear away things and get back down to the basics of traditional craft, because everything is so mixed with my stuff. Lady Witch, hi love. Hi. Cindy Miller, hello. Santa Marta Harley, Brent Edwards, Lord Weld, Carol A. Lacusta, hi. Jake Phoenix, hi my bro. Diane Hannon, hi. I love you. Alexander Hill, Ava Lagasse, Susie Zivater, my Queen of Negativity, J. Anthony W., Alchemy of Life, Kate the Witch, hi love. I love you guys. So, let me know what you guys think. I love you guys very much with all my heart. Please be safe, stay healthy, and yeah. So, I love you all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, all my love, all the way from Venus, of course, all the way back down. And I love you all very much. So, thank you guys for all of your amazing comments. I love it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.